Hey everybody, it's Jacob Camenker from USA Today, here to break down the Week 6 fantasy football waiver wire. We've got a bunch of injuries to running backs and, new backfield rotations. So without further ado, let's get into some of these guys you should be targeting on the waiver wire. We'll start with a guy who's owned in a little bit more than 50% of Yahoo leagues, but he's still worth grabbing if he's available in yours. That will be Rico Dowdle from the Carolina Panthers. We saw what he could do against the Miami Dolphins. He ran for 206 yards in that matchup, and he gets a pretty juicy looking matchup with the Cowboys this week, who have allowed the sixth most fantasy points per game to running backs. And oh yeah, that's a revenge game for Dowdle, who played for the Cowboys last season. So Chuba Hubbard remains out. Dowdle's going to be a high-end RB2, so scoop him up if he's available in your league. Another running back to look at is Hassan Haskins from the Chargers. Los Angeles just put rookie Omarion Hampton on injured reserve, and he's joined there by Najee Harris, who had a season-ending Achilles tear. So that's going to put Haskins and Kamani Vidal in the lead back role that they'll share over the next 4 weeks at least. But I think Haskins is going to have better touchdown upside because he's 6'2", 227 pounds. He'll get the goal line work. He'll have a chance to find the end zone. That'll make him a solid week-to-week flex, especially if he gets more volume than the more explosive Vidal. Another guy who's getting volume, that would be Michael Carter, another running back. He's from the Arizona Cardinals. Many people expected Amari DiMercado to take over that lead back role in wake of Trey Benson's injury, but it's actually Carter who handled 23 touches in the Cardinals' disappointing loss to the Titans. Now, Carter wasn't very efficient as a runner. He averaged just 2.8 yards per carry in a pretty good matchup against the Titans team that isn't good against the run. So he might not be efficient, but he has the volume and he should get the red zone touches needed to make an impact as a potential flex player. Another guy who has flex potential is Kendrick Bourne, wide receiver from the San Francisco 49ers. The issue with Bourne is that he's probably going to end up playing long-term behind Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. If both are back this week, Bourne's ceiling won't be too high. But if even one of them misses the game, Bourne has great chemistry with Mac Jones, as evidenced by his 10-catch, 142-yard outing against the Los Angeles Rams. So the volume should be there if he's, either San Francisco's wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2. So he's worth stashing, especially if you have Pearsall or Jennings, who are out with injuries at present. And finally, here's a nice little upside swing at tight end. You've got Taysom Hill. I know his numbers against the Giants aren't going to jump off the page. I believe he had negative rushing yards on 6 carries, but he still got 6 carries and had 1 pass for 19 yards. They're going to get him more involved as he gets healthier following his recovery from an ACL tear. And hey, there's a report out there that says that Hill might have been the backup quarterback behind Spencer Rattler last game. So if you're telling me I've got a guy who might end up playing a lot at quarterback, starting in my tight end position, that's a swing that I'm willing to take. So feel free to grab Hill at this point, even if he's just a bench stash, and just say, hey, let's see where this thing goes. He could end up being a top 10 tight end if he gets more volume moving forward.